Welcome to the Political Matrix News. We have the sources, we have the truth from inside the political matrix.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the final segment here on July 31st of the Political Matrix News broadcast. I'm Greg Fink, joined tonight with Jonathan Cole, our lone Democrat, who is now visiting back with us after a month of hiatus of meetings and traveling and consulting. How are you doing, Jonathan?
I'm here.
You're here, and I'm here. But where are you at? Where is here?
Navarre, Florida.
I'm in Gainesville. And you know what we both have in common? We hate Iran. And it looks like Iran is today declared war against Israel. And that got overshadowed by the Trump issue with Trump, talking about the nationality and the racial heritage of his opponent, because that's more important than Iran attacking Israel.
Well, that's how news works. So
news works, yes. So what do you think about that? I think it's a long time coming.
Oh no, definitely. I think this is what they needed to do. It was a precision strike, which I knew they were capable of, which was my heartburn with Gaza. Blow up entire blocks of a city, but I know you could take out someone standing in a window with a bomb, but they took out the leader of Hamas, which they should have all along.
They injured the guy from Hezbollah,
and which we've been after since the Marine
Golden Heights,
bombing in '83.
Right.
Him, but the group, they're still around.
Now they did not kill him; he was just injured. So that's one thing.
It's like Gaddafi though. When he got shook up in the bombing, he kind of shut up for a while.
Right.
But I mean, the thing is, I don't know what Iran thinks they're going to do, because there isn't a per capita stronger military in the world than Israel.
Right.
If there are more Israelis, I wouldn't want the U.S. to take on Israel.
I don't see any upside for this.
They've got the best of our weaponry, and weaponry they developed themselves that were improvements on ours. Like their F-16's better than ours.
Right.
And they've got, precision bombing. They've got, missile capabilities. And so Iran can saber out all they want. But if they're stupid enough to take on Israel, maybe we'll finally take care of what we should have taken care of in 1981.
Right. I mean, I think it's about time that Iran goes ahead and they can go ahead and rattle their saber all they want to, and say they want to attack Israel for, doing what Israel did to kill these two terrorist leaders. They can do that all they want to. They're going to get a very, very bad punch in the face.
Very bad. But then the issue is,
who's next?
What other Arab nations would want to get behind them?
Right.
See, what's been a missing factor since the 70s is there hasn't been a unifying leader of the Arab world since Sadat in 73.
No.
And then he betrayed the cause with the cords with Carter and Begin. He got himself killed for doing it. But since then, there hasn't been that. I mean, the Ayatollah Khomeini was strictly an Iranian phenomenon. Saddam Hussein wanted to be that person, but wasn't. So the Muslim world is not unified like it once was against Israel. I mean, Saudi Arabia is not going to do anything in Israel because, well, the government, the people do. They were the ones that supplied all of the terrorists on 9/11, but the government's not going to do anything.
No, here's Egypt, Kuwait.
Iraq's not going to join in. Kuwait's not going to join in. Lebanon and Jordan would be stupid to join in because they are attached to Israel, where Iran is not. But I've said that for years. A lot of times, all the troubles in the Middle East could easily be solved by just taking the restrictor plate off of Israel and say and have at it.
I think that's what we need to do. I think we need to not get in the way of them going after everything.
Just remember, like I said, in 67 and 73, they took on the entire Arab world pretty much and kicked their butts both times. The Gaza's an issue because of 73. They kept the land because of that attack. And they've done nothing. They are a nation. How does it, I heard it put once? They're fighting for their survival on a daily basis because they're surrounded by enemies. So their military preparedness is second to none in this world. So if Iran wants to mess with Israel, have at it.
Exactly.
But like I said, we've just let Iran off the hook for far too long. I mean, they're still flying our F-14s. Whatever. I guess half of them are cannibalized for parts, and the rest are airworthy. I don't know, but we should have invaded Iran as soon as the hostages hit the tarmac in Washington D.C. in '81. We didn't. We haven't done anything since. I mean, we've sanctions, holding on to their freezing their assets, but hasn't accomplished anything, and here they are, still being pesky, just like Hezbollah.
Right, exactly.
So, I think Iran saber rattling. I don't think they're really going to pursue it. Where's Russia?
I know. We're gonna find out.
Where's Russia fitting in all this? I haven't heard.
I know
from
where Russia fits in any of this.
Well, they're allied with Iran. We're gonna have to have a talk one night about what's going on in Africa. There's a lot of things that don't get in the news, as you said, but like us leaving Niger, a very uranium-rich country, and Iran taking over,
right,
with Russian backing. That's it used to be you grabbed any place that had oil, but now we're going after uranium or lithium for batteries, whichever situation you're in. But I don't think I think Putin's probably going to tell Iran that shut the hell up and forget this ever happened.
right.
I don't think he wants to get sucked into this.
Yeah, I don't think there's any really great national support for Iran to start going after Israel at all. I do think that it would be a horrible, horrible decision for them to do this. And I mean, I have no idea what the hell they're thinking. But, Iran's Iran. I mean, they have a lot of money. They have a lot of terrorists that they're funding and training and teaching through Hezbollah and Hamas. And maybe, I think they're tired of going through those terrorist groups. They just want to do it themselves. And that's what it kind of sounds
the
like.
Military is even worse than Iraq's.
Right.
Used to be. They couldn't beat Iraq in a war.
No, and Israel's going to kick their ass every which way for Sunday.
And you also got to remember something else too is Israel has reach. Remember the raid on Entebbe?
Yeah.
That was a long range assault. They could probably.
Israel also has a lot of support. I mean, Saudi Arabia now supports Israel against Hamas.
All they have to do is get them permission to use their airspace for airdrops, and that's all over.
I mean, it's a terrible decision, and I do hope that it does not come to fruition in the very violent way that they are talking about it coming to. I do hope that it gets solved diplomatically quickly, because right now we don't really have a president of the United States at the current time. I mean, we have Biden, but he's not in the mental state of mind to handle a war like this, and Kamala Harris has not been tested yet in order to be put in this situation. In fact, Trump is the only one who has been put in this situation and he handled it very well last time with the caliphate, with ISIS and everything, and that can't really be taken away from him. He did do a good job with that. Whether people like what he did or not, or say that he should get credit for it or not, he did do a good job of taking care of terrorism. That's really not debatable.
He was just continuing the war that
there
Bush.
You go. Okay, yeah.
No, I mean it was Bush started it, and Obama continued it, and Trump just continued it. I don't know if you get to take credit for it, but
it ended. Okay, and I mean, granted, Obama did take care of a lot of people. Bush and Obama did snipe a lot of people. What people don't realize is that Obama probably did more drone attacks and just pure assassination attacks than almost any president we ever had.
He's the one
And
that
he's
finally
very
got Bin
hawkish.
Laden.
He's a very hawkish Democrat for a president,
He's the one that
for a
got Bin
Democrat.
Laden.
Exactly, he got Bin Laden. And so that being said, he's a very hawkish Democrat president. And I did not see Biden. He just cut tail and run and just be out of the way and not
You might be
military
surprised.
active over there.
He doesn't have it. He's got nothing else on his plate now. So,
Well,
but
he is kind of he's playing solitaire, I'm sure.
he's but I mean, the think that it's not going to matter. Israel's going to
Battleship.
take care of Israel.
The what?
Israel's going to take care of Israel. I don't think
Israel
we're
will
going to.
take care of Israel. I don't think Netanyahu needs our permission or needs our help to do anything.
No, I think we'll back him on it, but we're
Maybe we
not going
should back him on it.
I don't think we're going to have to send troops or anything. It's just
Right.
we'll maybe send him some more weaponry, but I don't even know if he needs that. I think he can do quite well what he has in hand.
I think the biggest thing we're going to see here is we're going to see a lot more student protests all across the country because they still have no
I don't
idea.
think people are going to protest Iran.
They might.
Don't think so.
Look how
It's a
ignorant
little.
they are. I mean, it all depends on. It's basically a machine. You got to realize. I mean, this whole protesting thing is not even real protesters. They're professional protesters who just basically get paid and like, okay, that's what we're gonna do. Give me the sign. Give me my shoes. Let's go. And get some spray paint and let's paint Hamas on everything. They're not spontaneous protests or anything like
wanting
that.
to fight a conventional war against Israel. That's not. There's
gonna be
no
horrifying.
protesting there. That's just that's
Well, there are a lot of anti-Semites out there. I mean, I'm Jewish,
That's
and
our
there's
high
also
school
because of Jewish
challenging
people.
the Kansas City Chiefs to a game football.
Yeah, like Gulf Breeze High School or Niceville High School.
Yes,
going against the Kansas City Chiefs.
exactly. I mean, I can't stress enough that diversity of military might between those two countries. I mean, really, Iran might have more numbers, but it's kind of a weird dynamic, and you don't want to say it because it might sound racist, but they're better fighters as insurgents than as the organized military. It's weird, but think about it. I mean, the entire Arab world from Egypt to Iraq to almost Turkey, almost, if they weren't part of NATO, they'd probably got involved. But in 67 and 73, they tried to take Israel down and they failed miserably. And, it's, but I mean, they've been very effective as terrorist cells and terrorist groups based more on religion than on national pride.
Right.
Because most of Hezbollah, they're from all over the Arab world. They're from Yemen, they're from Saudi Arabia, they're from, Syria.
Right.
There's, the last person that tried it was Saddam Hussein, and he failed miserably.
Right.
When you put up a flag that they're ineffective, but give them a car bomb or an airplane full of gasoline, and they know what they're doing.
Exactly, and that's where they become very dangerous.
Yeah,
that's where we have to, as a country and everything, be very diligent to make sure that it's not happening again. Anywhere we saw, people always figure that terrorism went away, and you don't have to be, on the lookout for it anymore. It's still out there. It's still
they're
a
looking for the
problem.
next opportunity.
Exactly, and so
but that's why we have to be diligent and not allow it to happen.
Right. Okay. Well, folks, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here for this segment here of the Political Matrix podcast here. And hopefully the next segment, by the time we come back, we will not be at war with Iran or Israel. And there will not be a war have started by then. But in case there has been, we will come back and we'll be having a special segment just to cover the story. And so, Jonathan, anything else you got for tonight?
Yeah, we didn't get to talk about the 69% of Floridians that are going to vote yes on
the abortion, the baby killing thing.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and hold that up for the next segment here. We'll do that tomorrow.
All right.
So we'll come back tomorrow and talk about how Florida is becoming a pro-choice state, and that the people who think that we're we're not really pro-life anymore, and I happen to disagree with that, and I happen to think that hopefully is wrong, and we will
No,
find
it's
out.
pretty
We'll find out on
consistent.
election day, because
Yeah,
then again, if the election does tilt pro-life, y'all might say we cheated, and all the little pro-life embryos came out there and like pulled levers. You know,
not really,
you
but
will. You'll say it. Everybody will say it's
also
cheating.
looks like the marijuana
Anyway,
bill is going to pass as well. So lots to
it
talk
might.
about.
Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and talk about these here on the tomorrow segment of the Political Matrix podcast. And good night right now. And you guys have a wonderful evening. Please make sure to remind you to subscribe, like, or follow us on the social media platform of your choice. And we'll be right out there. Good night.
Night. Good night, Chet. Good night, David.
Good night, Rob.